Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly, it's just the word. Allegedly, it's on the street. Allegedly, I sing to the beat. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly. Allegedly, it's just the word allegedly. It's what I heard allegedly. It's on the street allegedly. I sing to the beat allegedly. Allegedly, allegedly, it's what I heard allegedly. It's just the word allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue allegedly. It won't help you allegedly. Allegedly. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to have the incredible, the talented, and the clear-skinned Jami. That's me.
Hey, y'all. I'm not talking unless y'all giving Alex likes, you commenting, and you subscribing. You hear me? Okay, well, let's go.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for joining me. And also shout out to all of the ladies of the Ladies First panel.
Yes.
I love that our podcast journeys started at very similar times because PopRoast and the Ladies First panel are around the same age. And we were all like, you know what? We're going to get to these hot topics. And speaking of, we can speak with such authority on Housewives because we are scholars. Do you feel that this season of Atlanta is what I'm hoping, a return to Auntie?
I'm still trying to see. I'm still trying, and the episodes haven't been as bad, but when it comes to reviewing, I find myself not paying attention. I find myself watching, like I'm always doing something else before I come back to see what's going on. It may take like 2 hours or something. And I'm like, what's going on? And it's like, I'm just not excited to review it yet. Is that bad? But that's how I feel.
It's honest. I really feel like I'm a bit excited because I guess I just don't have that much going on personally right now.
I'm hollering.
Let's be real. I ain't got that much going on right now. So I'm like, you know what? I have time to get excited about it. But I do feel that everybody else that, has a life, they like, it's been 2 years. We're out of the groove. Like Real Housewives of Atlanta was a 6-month event of our life. Because for a while, they were on they had like 23 episodes plus a 3 or a 4-part reunion. That's it. And with breaks, that's 6 months.
Yeah. There
was a time when they were on for 6 months, 5 months. That was a huge part of our year. And to be without them is a lot. And also, we do not, and New York proved this, we do not like new housewives. We are hot. We are just, oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh my God. I just realized something.
What?
We as an audience are as hard on new women as the old girls on the show, as the OGs are when a new girl comes in the clique.
I agree. I agree 1000%. I mean, I feel like I've been seeing a lot of that, just a little piece on Twitter with the Real Housewives Beverly Hills, but that's another conversation. But with Housewives, they have really been tearing into these girls. And can I say, I actually do like all of the ladies so far. I think it's a good cast so far.
I like all of them. Do I like Porsha? It's hard to like somebody that would slap you, but I have a soft spot for Porsha.
Yes, that's what it is. Like, I may not like her ways all the time, but I'm at a place where I want to give her a chance. I want to just see, but I'm not liking the fact that I feel like she is using Drew as a storyline just a bit, because I want to hear more about this divorce. Let's focus on that, because it seems like she doesn't want to me. Like, she don't really want to talk about that, but that we're going to talk about it when you come back. either way it go, we were going to talk about that marriage, how you got in that marriage, and now that you're getting out of it, like it's still going to be a conversation. So just do your thing.
The fact that he was going to adopt your son and then said, you know what, never mind, that's going to be something that we talk about for a couple of years. We're not going to forget about that. Pepperidge Farm, we'll remember. I think Drew doesn't want to talk about, I don't know why she doesn't, because that seems like a rich source, and Ralph seems like he will embarrass himself on camera for a check as well. That's a match made in child support heaven.
I need to know what's going on. Now, she can use that as her storyline for real. I know she's going to show us Ralph, but I need to know more. Like, is he, because you know he got that YouTube channel now where he's talked about like the kids and stuff. And I'm like, are you referring to her son when you say children, our kids, and you're apologizing and you're sorry that the marriage didn't work out? Are you referring to the son that you, well, I guess he didn't adopt him, but he was about to. So I'm wondering what's really going on with that.
How Sherry Shepherd of you. I just, you can't like take it right back with a child. You can't have a child cannot be a spades game possible. They out here, you know, how many you gonna bid? You can't do that with children, but they really want to. I am enjoying. I'm enjoying Atlanta. I feel like the shade has stayed light, and I think that they've listened to us. We've said we don't want it dark. We don't want any more destroyed marriages. It's, you know, serious stuff isn't fun on these shows, and you don't have the range to cover it. You don't have the range. You don't have the production skill. You don't have the education. You don't have the gravitas. You don't have the cinematography. You don't have the range. Keep it simple and keep it surface. You don't have the range. I think that's something else we need to realize. These reality shows, they don't have the range to go high-minded. It's TV to turn on so that we can forget about our own problems.
Yes. For sure. Or just get into somebody else's problems when we ain't got none.
Exactly. It's a way for us to mind other people's business, and they getting paid good money.
Good money.
Good money. And do you watch Beverly Hills?
I have been. I haven't seen the last 2 episodes, the finale and the one before, but I've been watching. I feel like it's been a lackluster season just a bit.
I definitely will say we've had more explosive seasons, but with Garcelle's announcement of leaving, it has, and I just watched the first of the 2 episodes you missed, because I missed those 2 as well. I just watched the first one, and that does kind of explain it. But I think we all saw this season, Garcelle and Sutton just weren't as tight. And Garcelle came on here because she's an actress with a business. She's a producer with a business. She's like, okay, this is a great way, you know, one job leads to another. And so, she's a housewife. That got her on the reel. And that kept her out. And so then that definitely helps when you're taking meetings with Lifetime and other networks. And so then you've got your production company going, you're making your movies. You don't need this show. Sutton doesn't, quote unquote, need it for money, but she needs it to have something to do. She needs it to have a value to herself, because she's never accomplished anything on her own but raising them kids. And that's an accomplishment, but I get why she wants her own career.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I was thinking she definitely needs the show for some friends, because I really don't think that she has a lot of friends, especially the way Miss Garcelle was over there standing up for her. Can I say this though? When Garcelle decided to make that the way that she made her announcement, to me, I felt like that's how you exit a show. I like the way that she came. She did the video. She said she shouted out everybody a part of the production, the cast. I feel like it was very demure versus putting up a statement saying that you're exiting the show. I thought I was like, okay. And then you know what's crazy? I was like, I wonder why she left. I don't think any of you ladies can make her leave. Child, I don't know, a piece of my foot or my big toe might be in my mouth the way she sat up there and walked off that damn stage. So I don't know. Maybe somebody did make her leave. Potentially.
I'm not going to say anybody made her leave. I think people didn't give her a reason to stay. I think it could be that where she's like, I really like, she's like, I came here to do this, I came here for the opportunity, but I was open to being friends with you heifers and making money and having a good time. But Sutton, I really wanted a friendship with you. You seem to be you like seem to have that real energy about it. And we've hung out, without cameras, without benefit of the show, and we seem to enjoy each other. But you want to have your friendship. You need this show more than I need this show. Because the thing is, Garcelle can act.
Yes, she
Garcelle
can.
doesn't need the show for friends.
No, she doesn't.
And also Sutton's family, I feel like that money has been a curse on Sutton's head because Sutton Sutton grew up ugly. So or not ugly, but just not a Dorit, not a Kyle. She was always an average looking white woman. She was never a great beauty, but she married well and married up. And then she realized like, oh, okay, now with this money, people will tolerate me. But you were never that girl. You want to be a Dorit. You want to be an Erica. You want to be a Kyle. And that's why you have such problems with them because they're like, we don't want to hang out with you. You're not cool. And you're like, but I'm rich. And they're like, yeah, we're rich and you're still not cool.
Ooh, child. I think you done read Miss Sutton all the way down there. Damn, it's given they are the it girls and she wants to be a part of the clique. And let me get to the head chick of the clique, which is Kyle. If I could get Kyle to value me and respect me, then I feel like I'm up there on the same level with you chicks.
Yep.
But she ain't gonna have nobody to have her back now. Maybe Kyle, potentially.
What does Sutton have to offer?
You're right, because Kyle too busy trying to have her own back, so she ain't gonna be able to have Sutton's. So,
and Kathy Hilton runs the Beverly Hills social circle for people that age. So all the parties that Sutton wants to go to and the people that she wants to hang out with, that's the altar of Kathy Hilton, really. I mean, you get to Kathy through Kyle because you can't just walk up to Kathy. You got to get to Kathy. Hell, Kathy won't know who you are and will treat you like the help. White, black, indifferent, it don't matter.
Yeah. Well, she brought Jennifer. Jennifer Tilly is her friend. I don't know. I felt Jennifer was slick shame her in them confessionals just a little bit. So
I feel like she got on this show and got on Jennifer nerve. I think Jennifer could tolerate her. And truly, I think also when you have that kind of money and you live that kind of life, you only have 2 or 3 people that's shopping like that with you, that's going to Altamota buying $50,000 one-of-a-kind earrings with the dead man's money. If she hadn't, no, let's be real. Now, she had a good career as an actress, but baby, if you hadn't married well and nursed him till he died, you would not be living the Simpsons money life.
I thought they divorced before
just because you divorce a man don't mean you still can't get nothing out of him.
True that.
You can get.
He set her up though. He set her up. She is put up for sure. Jennifer will never be hungry.
Ever. For caviar.
I like Jennifer. I wonder if she's going to do another season. I want to see what that personality bringing too with Jen.
Jennifer is interesting because that's the type of Beverly Hills kooky rich we want to see. Where it's like, oh, wow, your everyday is everything has a comma. Every price has a comma. 5-figure bags. You even stepped up, and Erica can only look wistfully and remember wistfully. But you have such a great point about Sutton not having anyone to have her back next season, which because Dorit ain't gonna be here for you. Erica's never
really
gonna take pity on you.
Ever.
And Kyle doesn't really know you exist. And I think the 3 of them are going to be like, okay, who are we going to get on next?
I wonder.
They're gonna keep Bose. They like Bose.
And they know, I feel like Bose will give them further direct pushback than what Garcelle did. I think Garcelle was a bit more Well, I feel like she was a bit more demure. I think she could have snapped off on him a bit more if she needed to, but she handled herself accordingly. But I feel like Bo's gone. She's not gonna play with him. That's my assumption. The way she was ready to nip it in the bud with Sutton. But we'll have to see if she had to go head to head with Erica or something. I feel like she would gather Kyle. What you think? Do you first of
She'll
all, do you
gather
like
Kyle.
Bose? Do you think she was a good addition?
Yes, I think Bose is the perfect Los Angeles woman. The perfect I love the high-end corporate mix into this group. I feel, someone who brings her own and is also very sure of herself in her
Yeah.
position. And so cuz you can't have we don't need a wife. We needed a woman to come on with her own.
Yeah, I like that about Bose a lot. I liked her being on the show, and I actually did not mind her friendship with Dorit. I saw a lot of people take opposition to that, but I'm like, I don't see anything wrong because to me, I felt like Dorit was like the only one that was really welcoming to her for real, for real. Dorit met that lady and just started pouring her whole heart out, which is weird. But sometimes I feel like people do that because it's a non-judgmental ear. So it's easier to talk to a person that doesn't know you versus somebody that may know both dynamics, or both parties in the situation. So that's why it was easier for her to just talk to Bose and not other people that may automatically see Dorit as at fault or something like that. But a lot of people had issue with it, and I think because Bose was black, a lot of people expected her to automatically be friends with Garcelle. And she ain't got to be friends with that lady. Garcelle wasn't running up trying to really get to know that lady until they start seeing how close she was to Dorit. I'm like, chill out.
Right. That's very true. That is very true. Yeah, I feel like also Dorit and Bose, their style, when you look at how they dress, they're both very over the top, very high end, very loud, very this is a look, every moment is a photograph. So I feel just on the style alone, I'm like, yeah, I can completely see them being attracted to their maximalist style.
I do think at some point she probably gonna have to tell Dorit. I think Dorit can be annoying, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that moment looks like for Bose when she gonna have to really let her know. I think she tried though. I think she's called her out at least once this season though.
Yeah, Bose is she really likes, that's that corporate eye. She's really like, I see what's going on with you, I see what's going on with you, and I see what's going on with you in a very boss manner. And I'm like, that will serve you well on a show like this where it's a great referee where it's like, look, you did this and you did that, and that's why we're here.
Right. Yeah, I like her though. I like her. I don't know why her statement came out as late as it did when it came to the announcement of Garcelle quitting, but it is what it is. We're gonna have to see what they do.
That, and also I feel like this is a show they're teasing us to get us to watch, and then we may watch and it could be just a nothing burger and it's just somebody tired of being at damn work being fake. Because I could see them heifers being exhausting.
Because didn't Kyle walk off set too? I thought Kyle walked off at the reunion as well. So, but they only showed, it seemed like in the trailer, when Garcelle walked off. So
she walked off twice. Well, but also when Kyle walked off, they may not have used that footage.
They may not.
But Bose was a good addition. I feel like Garcelle is leaving. Like, this is a high note. You had your seasons. You came in, and also she had to do all that racial heavy lifting her first 2 seasons.
Yep.
So that was a lot, and then the Diana Jenkins thing with her kids, that really made it difficult for her to want to get to know that group.
Yeah.
When that bullshit goes down with your children, it really is like, let me just get my couple more checks and get out of here. Because when they sign for these shows, also, remember there's they don't just sign for 1 season or 2 seasons. Their contract goes probably up to about 8 years. And so it's about picking up the option. And now there's always a scale. Okay, this is what you get if you make it to this season. This is what you get if you make it to the next season. So she probably knew, like, okay, I want to get picked up 2 more times. I'll make another 800,000 after taxes, and I can pay this house off and be done.
I think she may have known she was going to get the hell on, because I think shortly after, because she did 5 seasons. I feel like after that second or third season, I really think it was the second, but don't quote me. Didn't she get the announcement to get that large deal with Lifetime, which is why she has all these shows in production? I feel like she knew she wasn't going to be there long. Like, I only got a few more years of this bullshit.
Yeah.
And she was going to get off the table. I really think that, although I did not agree with Garcelle the entire season, I do think that she also handled being a housewife very well. She got in there, did what she needed to do, make her money, make some other moves, because I can't recall any type of work that I've seen Garcelle in consistently before Housewives. I can't recall. So for her to secure that and then get a production deal, Miss Mamas was working and she was using that platform for what it was for. And according to her, Andy said she could come back at any time. I believe that, because didn't Mary walk off? Mary from Salt Lake City, did she walk off one of them and then was able to return? So, I mean, if she want to come back, I think she could.
I think and it would be great to see her do a cameo here or there. And that would be smart too. Promote when you got a Lifetime movie coming out. You come on as a friend of the show, and then you've given the ladies something to do. Oh, we're going to Garcelle's premiere. So it makes sense. You're Hollywood girls. So I like it. I think it's a great, that's how you use the Housewives. And don't get used by the Housewives.
Okay.
And speaking of getting used by the Housewives, Potomac, our beige bullshit.
What they done did?
I don't even know where they're going to begin, because it is their, I believe, 10th season. Karen is in jail.
Did you see her? Somebody post. Somebody made a post. I think it was Radar Online. Did you see that?
Oh no! What happened? Is it her mugshot?
No, they said that they put out I guess a quote saying that she's terrified she's going to be targeted by street thug inmates behind bars. This is what Radar is saying.
Thug inmates. Oh my God, Karen, ain't nobody gonna bother your old ass.
Child, Karen is spooked.
Oh my God.
Karen.
He's gonna get shanked. Oh my! You're going to a women's prison. Are the women that rough?
I would hope not. But I don't know. I mean, because she's an elder. So I would think they would have respect for her coming in, especially with her being a reality star. I don't think the treatment would be that bad, but I also could see her using this, knowing they may be listening to the calls, using the and first of all, let's get into it. Because with Karen always overhypes situations. Like when people would say stuff to her on the show, she'll act like, oh, my whole family is upset. You've hurt my husband with what you said, my children. So she likes to over exaggerate situations. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's over exaggerating this in an effort to try to go to the judge to see if her sentence could get shortened.
Okay.
But we shall see, because I thought they offered her 6 months. You didn't want that. So now you got a year. So he might shave a month off or something, maybe 2. But I don't think she should be a part of the next season. I think they should move forward with filming. But I don't want Mia Thornton back. Like, I feel like she should take the route of Garcelle and announce her exit. But I also don't think she should be able to play with the ladies on Housewives of Atlanta. I don't even know why she thought she could. How you walk off their stage but think that you could play with the girls in Atlanta? You can't.
You can't even keep your timeline of events straight. If you're gonna lie, this is the year 2025. Use your Google Calendar to lie. Set up a schedule of lies. Write down your lies in your Google Notes. So it's called Google Keep. So that way you know what lie you told to who. There's even an app where you can cross-reference your lies. I'm sick of it. Lie with the app. Get your shit straight. Good Lord.
Mia gonna create that app. That's funny. But we gonna see. I don't know
Mhm.
who they could put in her place, more so in Karen's place, or if they're gonna stick with the ladies they have, including Jassy, since she has that wedding coming up and she has that drama surrounding the baby daddy and the baby mama. I'm sorry, and her fiance. So
I I'm cool with that. I don't want Mia back. I don't. You're gonna lie. I don't want you back. I don't want your acting troupe back. I don't want to see you lie on your children's paternity. I'm just not interested. That doesn't
mm-mm,
make good television for me. And
no.
for you to walk off and nobody went after you, not even your friend, because she was way more concerned with taking your place. She wanted to just
Ooh,
go sit in your chair. She
ooh.
wants your place and your salary.
Oh, I didn't even clock that. She wanted that seat. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that now with Miss
Bad.
Jacqueline. Yes, baby. She did not go after you. I was glad though. As I look back at it, more so I was glad that Jacqueline wasn't jumping in when people were talking to Mia, because that's something she typically does. But I'm glad that she didn't take the route that Shamia has taken for Porsha at times and just really just let that woman just let her handle her stuff. But yeah, Giselle probably won't lie. That lady probably don't live up there. She probably do live in Atlanta. Cause she did do that interview with Ink here in Atlanta when she was talking about knocking Giselle head off. And I'm like, not Mia.
You ain't gonna bust the grape. Well, you were bad enough to slap Wendy with your
Come
purse,
on. There she was, hit her with a purse and throw a drink on her.
but you had backup then. That's why you felt big and bad. I don't think you do anything to Giselle by yourself.
Mm, we shall see. Mia, Mia, Mia.
But
Giselle was more likable. So I used to like Giselle. Then I stopped liking her for a minute. And I think she was really good this season. I like the fact that her and Wendy were coming back together because I ain't trying to see y'all beef forever.
it
Like
does
Porsche and
get
Kenya.
old. Like I feel like Giselle is keeping away other interesting women, and I feel like we know her story.
Mm.
We've gotten I feel like I don't want to see Giselle as an empty nester. They got her on the dating show. Let her stay
Oh
there.
yeah, that's right. I'm gonna check that out. I don't deal with Ashley Darby though. Ashley Darby, I don't watch it, but she just annoys me.
You're not feeling the forehead.
No.
You're not
I be
living and
wanting to
thriving.
like her. You say what?
You're not living and thriving.
I'm not.
Chucking and I'm driving.
I will no, not joking and I'm driving. I'm screaming. I be trying. I be trying. I swear I be trying. But Ashley pisses me off probably by the fifth episode every season. I'm like, Ashley, girl. And her mama Sheila pisses me off even more. Cause she
Mm,
always walking in the scenes looking thrown away. And I'm like, Ashley, get your mama. Get your mama together. Mm,
Ashley, no, that's Ashley has tried to get her mother together all of her life. Ashley's mother enjoys living in a tent. Ashley's mother is just like Dawn Robinson.
damn. But
That is
she got a
Ash-
man with her that don't help.
because they're two peas in a pod. That's a male Dawn Robinson.
Mm, 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 mm. I hate
That
it.
that's what it is. You found a male Dawn Robinson, and they went down to Georgia tent awning, and they like living in tents. Some people like that. Like she said, "Don't cry for me, Argentina," so I won't shed a tear. You tell me don't
Child.
cry for you, I won't. If you say you're
Ashley
happy
should have.
living in a car, shit, go ahead.
Ashley should have never did. Actually, she said that. She should have never said that. What she said, we would have been living in a tent. Or did she say living under a bridge? I can't remember.
Under a bridge.
Child, Ashley.
But tent or bridge, I mean, she gives an outdoor folk. She gives
Mm-hmm.
an outdoor folk.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an indoor cat.
Mm-hmm.
It's outdoor teen. Look like she smelled like outside.
Ashley. Mm-mm.
But yeah, I'm with you. I don't want Karen needs to take a couple years off. And honestly,
Mm-hmm.
Karen, your story's been told. You are an OG. I think maybe we need to just medically retire you. Like You triple 20, you 60 and getting your 4th DUI? Nah, heifer. Nah.
Yeah,
'Cause
nah. Talking about she gonna come back as Karen Huger and not the Grand Dame. I'm like, ma'am, cut it out. Cut it out. She's a mess. Like, girl, bye. She gonna be the same old Karen. Cause once she comes back, I feel like Karen's gonna act like she's even more tougher. You can't say anything to her because I did hard time. I did. None of you ladies know what it's like to be locked behind bars and this and that. She gonna use that to her advantage to play like she's tougher than anything. So it's Karen gonna be a mess when she get out. Y'all ain't gonna be able to tell her name. And now I might be here to see it, just a little peek. I might be here to see it, Karen. I might be here to see you show your ass, okay?
oh God.
And I have to see Jazelle be on her ass because Jazelle was giving all that sympathy. Remember when they played one of the clips at the video, but then I'm sorry, at the reunion, and then when they started doing when her and Ray started talking, Jazelle was like, "Oh, this is bullshit." I said, "Yes, let's give us the real Jazelle," because you was just over there trying to wipe your tears and shit. Okay, you know Karen full of shit. You've been saying it for years, so what you crying for now? Yeah, let us see the real Jazelle. Thank you so much, child. But yeah.
I'm definitely, I didn't think about it like that. That makes me want to see Karen come back now. That makes me want it. That thinking about her talking about prison, that might be something we all need to see. I don't think I should deprive us of that. Here I am thinking she should come back. No, there are valid reasons for it.
Yes, it is.
God. I can see her now saying, "I said Attica,
yes.
Attica."
And she put us through too much. Like, she played in our face. So some part of me is like, you know what? No, because I'm with you. I was like, nah, she shouldn't come back next season. But a following season, she should, and we should still pull the Porsha Williams where we're gonna bring up how you got with that man, right? So we're gonna bring up how you went to prison and stuff because you played in our face for a whole season talking about being vindicated, ma'am. Ma'am, you did a lot of that. So no, you're still going to have to show up. And just when you thought that it was over, it's not, because you're going to have to speak to your SHI, and Ashley Darby really going to be on your head because she's going to be policing everything that you drink. It's going to be a mess, but it might be a good mess.
God, yeah. Ashley and her forehead always in somebody else's business. And speaking of somebody else's business,
what we got? Who else business?
Well, Funky, Michelle, and Tasha K are all out here windmilling. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get my check too. They handing out checks now. Y'all brought up 10 years. It is 10 years later. First, I just want to ask you this. Can you believe that we are talking about this 10 years later?
Yes. I can. I feel like yes and no. I feel like okay. You would want to hope that everybody has moved past things that may have happened years ago. But at the same time, the conversations haven't really been had. I don't think anybody made space for the right conversations to be had amongst them. You know, it's been had on platforms. So people may say what they say on this platform, folks say what they say on this platform, and then more than anything, you have the fans. So when you have a group of people that don't like this person, they're going to add, fuel to the fire over here on that channel, and then vice versa. And then it's just a whole situation. So I'm not necessarily surprised because they haven't had to talk for real. They've talked in public where other people can offer their opinions. Like when you sitting on Housewives, right? And these two people are trying to talk, but then you got party B and C jumping in the damn conversation. So nothing is ever really fully resolved. So yeah, so not fully surprised, but then it's like, dang, shit, I thought we was corrected. I guess not.
I was shocked shitless. I figured the last time we were going to hear it was because she had gotten paid and was still going on and he did a cuss out video and was like, I'm not gonna say nothing about it after this. And so I thought we were really done 3 years ago. But I mean, there's also the level of she does bring it up often. I mean, like it's shocking when you
Oh, I
realize
didn't
how
know that.
often that it's still
Brought
not
up.
only, but here's the thing, like from a creative standpoint, not only that you're talking about this all the time, but people are still watching the same story be told, the same jokes over and over again. I mean, I'm looking at this truly from with an educational lens because I'm like, shit, if I could do a video saying the same shit every day and get 30,000 views, let me do that. Let me stop thinking. Do I need to stop thinking and just get up here and do the same roast? Because they're watching it. People are watching it every day. It's fascinating.
I think that it may be a lot of hurt in that situation. That's just what that's what I'm thinking. It may be because, like I said, nothing was resolved. I mean, I think that she was getting money. I don't know how much she got. I don't know if she got all. I don't know, but I could have sworn I remember Funky mentioning something about garnishing his wages. But I kind of was confused because I didn't know if it was the Sheree situation. I couldn't remember if it was the Sheree or Michelle. But
It was her. She
it
got
was
all of her
it was
money.
Michelle. Okay, she got all. Okay.
She threw a party. Like it was a big thing. She finally got her money from Google and she had a whole thing on YouTube about it. It was documented. And he didn't say anything and didn't say anything. And then he did the video with the curly wig and the pink t-shirt. And that was an epic cuss out.
Was that the video when he said, "I've used it"?
I think it was that one. I think it might have been that one. But
that was if that's the same video, I'm thinking that was an epic one. I think I watched that one a few times.
I mean, some of these videos are, hits that stick like grits. But they're also the point of when do you let go? Because I mean, I guess if you're making money off of it and people are enjoying hearing the same thing every day.
So when you say when do you let go, are you referring to both? Or are you referring to one of
because in his video, he was still saying it was dog food at the front door. It wasn't dog shit. It's like both of you, you're picking the pepper out of the fly shit. At what point? It's been 10 years. At what point don't you just want to let go? Because I'm tired of talking about it, but I'm gonna get my check. But
so I think it's hurt. I think that it sounds like from him, if it was dog food and not poop, he may be hurt that she would have allowed them to think it's one narrative when it's not, and then she may be hurt because it's like, yo, I gave you my property. I was trying to look out for you, whatever the case is. So I definitely think hurt is a part of that. But I also think the viewers are watching. Like the people, this is what the folks want to see. So sometimes the folks give them a show.
That is true. I mean, people love it. Like that video that I did, instant 10,000 views. So there is the reward of because I don't talk about other YouTubers because I do it out of respect now. Like Funky, you are big enough where you're gonna be talked about. Like the Jasmine brand. If the Jasmine brand go out and do something, we're all gonna cover it because you're newsworthy.
They're bigger.
B. Scott. Like when you're at that, 400,000, you on, you're on network and stuff. You're a celebrity now, and you're getting talked about just like Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
Like you're at the level of you need to make yourself not the story since you want to cover them. But I love
he sounded like he was fed up. And he sounded like, I didn't even know she was still talking about him, but he sounded like he was tired. Like, stop. I don't bother nobody. I was like, oh shit, what's going on? What didn't happen now? I don't know. They're gonna have to talk that out. I I can't say that this is the end because nobody likes each other and they're not gonna have a conversation.
And they're
I
not
don't know
putting a
who
move.
could be the person to bridge the gap either.
I don't think there needs to be a gap bridge. I just think someone has to move on. But
Mm,
I think neither one of them are going to move on. But what will happen is someone's going to end up with the label obsessed, and that's what's going to stop it. Somebody's going to do something a little too crazy. That's how these things always go. Like these things always have an end.
mm-hmm.
It's like either it has a mature end, like when I got out the drama and I just put out an apology video and moved the hell on, and I said I ain't gonna talk about this shit no more, and haven't. Or it keeps escalating until somebody does something stupid and it affects someone's reputation.
Potentially.
Because this level energy can't be created or destroyed. It goes somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I feel
It
like
ends when everyone gets blackballed. Exactly. Somebody does something stupid, and somebody does something stupid, says something stupid, gets in a heated moment, and it changes things. That's how these things always go. Somebody bites off a little more than they can chew.
Interesting.
What about him threatening to hit a woman? I mean, that was definitely. I know if I was a sponsor or, someone on the upper level, that's not something that I'd want to do business with. I'm gonna slap the shit.
Listen, I feel like I was a bit surprised. I wasn't expecting him to say that. I was like, whoa. I'm like, Funky is pit. Like, y'all, what? I'm still like, what the hell done went down that he would even, say that? But I honestly don't see any sponsors stop working with him because of that, because he said that that's something that he will do, although it's something he has not acted on, even though it's something he said he would do. But I feel like Funky has always, I feel, pushed the envelope. He has always had unpopular opinions, some that a lot of people have been extremely outraged about, and it hasn't necessarily stopped anything for him. So that's why I don't necessarily see it going anywhere. And I know some people may feel like, oh, well, these two things don't relate, and you're entitled. But when Heavenly came out and tried to say that gay men were not real men, I mean, like, a lot of people let it fly because they fuck with Heavenly. But had those words came out of somebody else's mouth, it would have been even more of an outrage, right? So I feel like Funky, ain't that gonna happen. Now, if he were to act on it and actually do that, then that's when I think things could potentially change for him. But the fact that he was yelling and upset and stuff, I see people talking about it, but they're gonna be right back over there watching his channel and supporting him. So it's like, how much does the outrage really work? How mad are you really type? Am I making you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's gonna affect anything.
Because the audience is there. The audience eats it up. They enjoy it. So I just look at this in awe and wonder. But also I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that the crazy and obsessed level, but I guess it's because their audiences fuck with them. Because I just feel like if I went ranting and raving about some shit that happened 10 years ago, people would call me crazy. I feel that I would be labeled that insane coot on YouTube.
Well, I feel like that's kind of what some people were trying to do in the comments. They were like, move on. Well, it was because he started out talking about Marital medicine, but the people were still kind of telling him to move on. And he like, nah, I got to get some stuff off of my chest. I'm staying right here. Like Nicki Minaj, I'm standing right here. I'm staying right here. And he got it all off. I don't know. I don't even know. I haven't looked to see whether Michelle or Tasha has actually responded to him.
Tasha responded, and she was just being funny about it and, making jokes. And she was like, I took it down, but, he's newsworthy. And it's like, well, you are. And if you ever post a picture of your house, you have to know from the shit with Michelle that
Mm.
people are going to talk about it. That
Mm.
any picture of your home is going, people going to open it up on Instagram and zoom in and look at the corners for dirt and dog poop.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. That's what they was looking for when he was saying they were talking about the baseboards.
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
And also, it's why, like, you can't laugh at yourself, and that's sad. Because it's like, it happened 10 years ago. Crack a fucking smile about it. You made it out of there. You're no longer in that place. If you would laugh about it and stop being so butthurt, maybe she'd stop bringing it up every 5 minutes and the audience would stop egging it on. And also, it's people that are running between both of them. It's the subscribers that subscribe
Yes,
to both of them.
Right,
Running in them comment kings and queens. Y'all be down in the comments trying to ruin lives.
they be some child. That's why you gotta take your time, because the subscribers will definitely get you tied the hell up. And then I think the worst thing, and I know I said this before, because it's so interesting this week when I tweeted that, just seeing everything going on. People will not even hear what you say in videos and take what they want from it. And even with that, whether they take something different from the video of what you said and they may feel a way about your thoughts on a show or a subject matter, I feel like the same thing may happen with other creators, where they'll take what you're saying and then they'll go and be like, oh, such and such said this about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it hasn't happened to me, but with other people, it's like, man, the stubbies can be like, they could be messy. Like, are you like a real fan? Are you a real sub, or what are you? Like, what, you just here for the mess? And here's the thing. I feel like back in the day, YouTube used to have a lot of it though. I feel like it was so many different creators that was like really getting into it, arguing, roasting sessions, all kind of stuff going on. Alex, I think that you have grown a lot. I think you've participated in the past.
I
That is
did.
your
I would meet
past.
people on Blab in a minute. I would meet you on Blab and tell you all about, well, it wasn't, it was just, creators got bigger and then you became fodder. You became part of the story. Well, that's another thing though. When you become part of the story, you get reported on.
Yeah. I think that's what a lot of people have gotten used to. I think once the lane opened up for like YouTube beef and creator beef, I think they enjoy that. It's their version of rap beef, like the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. So when they could get their favorite creators to go against each other, they love it. Like, I feel like they've tried to do that with me and Bondi when we first started working on Scotty's panel, because we had difference of opinions. It's like me and Bondi have difference of opinions all the time on OLFP. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't know. They just want to see the fight for some reason. I don't. Child, the people just be here to work, collect their checks, and move along. You know?
For real. Like, we don't want to, like, I like doing this, but I also like when I turn the camera off, I can look at my comments and it's just talking about the video and like, I don't know how they deal with all the vitriol in the comments like that. It has to get exhausting. As someone who participated in it, it can be fun for a moment, but I couldn't imagine doing that shit for years. I couldn't imagine going on and on. And that's why I retired. That is why I sent in my resignation and I said I'm resigning from the beef sector. Like that episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. I was Kendall Creme. I wrote my own name on the lipstick. I'm going home. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this, because it also went from a fun roast session to we just talk about some shit we seen and maybe a little something we heard into the comments to way too deep, way too much. And also it's like, I don't have time to talk about you all day, every day.
Yeah.
I can't do it every day for 10 years. Michelle can, I can't. And if that makes me less of a man, that I can't obsess over somebody for 10 years, I guess I'm less.
I do. For me, I know a lot of people may not, like her, whatever. But whatever. I'll just say this: I do feel like a person that kind of mastered it a bit to me is Tasha. Out of these three, I feel like Tasha don't be stunned what the fuck these people talking about for real. She be on to the, I don't know how, because I could imagine what the comments really be saying and how they probably be going in and stuff. And it's like, even with Lovely T, I'm sure, for them both to be at the million status, subscriber status, and all the heat they may get, like what we may think we get probably ain't nothing compared to what they get. And it's like, dang, I need to know how y'all be disassociating. Well, I kind of know how Tasha do, but it's like, how do y'all really disassociate that?
I like Tasha.
That's an offline conversation, but
is Tasha associated with reality? I like her, but you went to court over a lie. There's something in that mind that concerns me. Because ain't no way I'm going to end up paying somebody $7,000 a month for the next 15 years because I just couldn't admit a lie. I'm sorry. I have to say it. It's a fact. We all saw you get, because I'm sorry. Before I could put underwear on that morning to go to court, I would have called Cardi and been like, look, I'm sorry, girl.
BIT,
I'm sorry.
I would have been on the main line. Tell me what you want.
The second I got the cease and desist, I would be like, I would have said, okay, let me just take this down and move on. But you have you might have to leave the country to hide from that debt. And Google in America, so she gonna get your check.
Child, listen. I don't know how they did it, because I'm with you. I definitely would have had to just about face. Hit a about face. You right, I'm wrong. About face. Oops. Sorry.
Exactly.
Oops, my bad. Just kidding.
Exactly. Like I after $5, baby, you right. I'll fight you up to $5, and then after $5, you right. Mm-hmm. Because we don't play in court.
Okay. We don't play.
And I like Tasha. I have nothing.
I watch it, but Tasha. I don't play it.
Exactly. I don't. Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Oh no.
Do you have any plans to go to BravoCon this year?
I wish. Where is it at?
It's going to be in Las Vegas, November 14th through the 16th.
I'll have to see, because I was all set and ready to go that one year when we all talked about it, but your girl ended up being pregnant and didn't know it. So I was like, "Ooh, too close to the due date, won't be going." But I would like to go. How was it for you when you went? Like, did you enjoy it? What was the vibe like? Like, what is it? Did you see some housewives? Like, did you meet them for real? No, they featured your question on was it Salt Lake City? I think it was
Beverly Hills.
It was Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
Yes, because it was Teddy. It was about Teddy.
Yes. Girl, they made me a whole plot line. They used that footage 3 times. They used it on the reunion of season 13, and they used it twice in this season. And
I was sent Andy a invoice. Okay. And whoever the production company is, go ahead and run that. Thank you.
When you go to BravoCon, you automatically sign a waiver.
Oh, damn. I knew you was going to say that. I'm like,
I was okay, but the thing is, they didn't know that I was me, that I was there for airtime. So I was like, please, I'm the cat that swallowed the canary. I couldn't buy press and promotion like that.
True that.
I couldn't buy it. So I was ecstatic to be on the Housewives. So I would say it's totally worth it. Like, go have your questions ready. You will get to ask questions at the after all the panels. So as long as you just be pushy. That's all you have to do, is be a little pushy and just be ready. Like,
so what about, are there different rooms going, like different things happening? Damn.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you. So
that's tough.
It's no, it's good because especially if you like take the whole panel should go, so that way one can cover, because me and Chris were split up, so he was covering Dubai while I was covering Beverly Hills. So exactly, you team up to go to different panels, but then sometimes there'll be like two shows where like there's nothing going on and or that you don't care about, rather, so then you go get lunch.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's
I want to be all up in Salt Lake City. I need to see what's going on.
It's like 4 big rooms.
Okay.
And so then you just are going in and out of the rooms, and then at the end they have events going on too. And at the smaller events and the smaller panels, that's when you get to meet and take your pictures with the housewives. You don't have to buy the VIP.
Oh, that's nice. I've been trying to goop people on the VIP.
The VIP seemed to be worth it the year before last, but the people that got the VIP were complaining this year. And they also like, you don't get free drinks with your VIP. And so they were like, well, then what the hell did we pay for? And the food is terrible. The food is terrible. One, you got to pay for the food.
And
the tickets the tickets is $1,200.
Hell no.
Yup, you pay $1,200 for 3 days, and you don't get any, and you don't get a food. You get your bracelet, and that's it. You don't get any food. They did have so Lisa from Salt Lake brought her Vita tequila and did a partnership with Wendy's, and so I had a bunch of those.
Was it good?
It was actually good tequila. I would buy it. Like, Lisa. If I saw her tequila in the store, I would buy it. And it was damn good with that Wendy's strawberry lemonade.
Oh,
it was so good. I could not believe it. I had to tell her. I was like, girl, this is good. This hitting. It was hitting. I was on my third one when I asked Kyle, why do you keep thrusting Teddy upon these women when they clearly don't like her?
Oh, yeah.
So I would definitely say, like, for us content creators, it's expensive, but it's worth it because you can end up a plot line.
Very much so. Very much so true. Very much so true. I do have a question. Hold on. Somebody said, oh, yes, I love Brooke Ashley. I think we will have a great time talking about the Housewives. Yes, we should do that. I have a question. Going back to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, yes.
Which new girl is at the top of your list?
You know, when you said which new girl, the first word I thought was face. The first word I thought was face. They all have a lot of face. It's just it's that look of, I mean, I would say Angela doesn't have that much face, but the other two girls, it's like, what's the word? What's that dish? That French dish that's raw hamburger. What's that raw hamburger dish? Not beef carpaccio. God. I know what it's called. It's raw hamburger. Tartare. Thank you.
Oh, no.
Tartare. Yes. Those faces are so raw and fresh. They give me tartare.
Oh, damn.
Tartare. Just cut up meat. And the thing is, I understand that, you know, surgery, it takes a while to settle. But Jesus, couldn't production have called you a couple months earlier so you could have let that shit cool? Because those faces are just, it's just so much face. I like the new girls. I'll just like them a lot more when I don't have to squint when I look at them, because it's like, oh, that surgery is so, that showroom new. Like the skin hasn't completely grown back. Like you just this out.
Damn. I said I was gonna do my best not to, you know. And I'll be honest, because I felt like, you know, Cynthia has gotten her cheeks plumped up a bit more. So I was like, I guess they fit in the aesthetic. They're not giving much different than what Porsha gave. I know people were talking about what they look like before versus after. I'm like, well, let's look at Porsha before or after because she's giving new person too. But I guess we were able to watch Porsha, right, gradually morph into who she is, and she's a gorgeous one. I think Porsha beautiful in my to me, in my personal. But when we see the before and the after of the other ladies, of course, people gonna be like, "Whoa, damn, what's going on?" Right? Because we didn't see their gradual process, and I'm like, really? They giving the same thing? I was gonna say Phaedra. I'm sorry, but I meant those other two, Porsha and Cynthia giving, and a piece of Nene too.
I'm
I have
having
trouble in
trouble.
telling.
I mean,
Really?
because they're all getting the same Botox pattern and the same makeup. You all
I
get the
understand.
Botox pattern that deadens the forehead here and deadens the cheeks here and here, so there are no lines. When you do that, you're gonna have the same expression as everybody else. So they all have this dead face. Just
Damn. Do you think Shamia gets fillers?
I think they all get more than they need. Like when I look at shit, like I'll say HD cameras are a bitch. I think first we got to blame HD cam. We don't need to see pores. Why are we using HD cameras for television? Use that shit for surgery as God intended. Now, when you're trying to cut cancer out of me, then yes, 4K is necessary. When we're doing this, you don't need me in 4K. Why do you need to see every pore, every skin cell on my body? Do we need to see my cells? I think the skin is enough. So stop filming people in this fucking HD. Put some Vaseline on the damn lens.
Oh, miss.
Those old Drag Race cameras. Yes.
Oh, damn.
A filter. A little film goes a long way. Do you know why I don't wear glasses? Because everybody looks a little better.
Damn. But you didn't tell me which one.
Oh, that I like the most? Oh.
I can't. That means nobody.
I haven't gotten to know what? I haven't gotten to know them enough yet.
Okay. I get that.
I haven't gotten to know them enough yet. I guess I would say right now, Kelly.
Okay. So I got another one. Because I like Kelly too. I think she's at my top as well. And when you say Kelly, it makes me think of Tagline. And so who had that? Because Kelly, I personally feel like Kelly it was too long. So who Tagline?
Who's Tagline?
Porsha bringing back. I snatched back my peach, so now I'm bringing the juice. Shamia said, "Well,
nobody had a good tagline.
Oh,
nobody had a good tagline.
Not even if you're looking for the shade. Look for the
it didn't for me. I feel like your first season, you never get your tagline right. I also feel like they just throw anything up there. I wish the ladies had a little more say with their tagline. So I don't hold their tagline against them. I feel like it's more production's decision. Wait, I like Kenya's the best.
What was Kenya's? Oh Lord, have mercy.
Have one.
So you're not a fan of Kenya. You don't like Kenya.
No, here's my thing. I like Kenya. I met Kenya at the first BravoCon and was impressed. And was also impressed that she said, I'm not leaving until everybody that wants a picture with me gets a picture. I do not dislike Kenya, the person.
Okay.
Kenya, the reality star, has only given me a woman that is cruel to the other ladies. She's not she ain't never really had good friendships with the other women. We've never watched her really sister with them. Like she'll be okay with some of them, but I like to see friendships and sisterhood. We love Nene and Cynthia so much. Huh?
Not even Cynthia?
Cynthia, let's be real, Cynthia was work. And Cynthia and Kenya were because Nene got off the show. That friendship was either to piss Nene off or because Nene wasn't there. It was like, it was okay, but it was not. I mean, she still damn near ruined her engagement. Like she just, it was never happy moments with Kenya. It was also never authentic. All of her, love life plot lines clearly rent to men, and that got old. So I just wanted to see somebody that could actually be friends with the ladies and be happy around them. I mean, the way she was acting when with the whole Bolo thing and always trying to sex shame somebody too, because don't nobody want you. Gone to say, oh, she charged for $1,400 on Snapchat for her pussy, and you can't give your vagina away for free.
Yo, Gotti said, Snapchat me that, and you did. I'm hollering.
Exactly. And guess what? And she got $1,400, and all you got was a donor that didn't want your ass.
Oh, whoa.
So don't come for somebody's relationship when all you've had is relationship. I'm not here for it. I'm just not here for that. Exactly. She's always a bully. Like, I just want to, like, and again, this is what she's shown us. Kenya could be a lovely person. Can you show us a lovely person? But I'll tell you what really got me, and this speaks to her spirit, where I'm like, I don't really know about you, heifer. When she ordered them crab cakes and didn't order them for anybody else, and yeah, girl, you see now in black, that is saying fuck you in black. In black, that is how we say I don't fuck with you.
Whose trip was it though? Whose trip was it?
I think it was her trip, because it was the South Carolina trip, the Bolo trip.
Oh, that was shady. I can't remember, but I do remember agreeing with Candy, because Candy was pissed at hello.
I'm like, and especially because production pays for all their food. So it wasn't even like you had to come out of pocket. How do you order crab cake? I was done. That hurt me. That scene right there. The Uber Eats crab cakes. Baby, that's when I was like, okay, crazy. Yeah, I couldn't work with you anymore after that. Like that would fuck some shit up with me, for real. Like, you ain't gonna sit in front of me and eat them? Oh, hell no.
Yeah, she was wrong for that. She was wrong for that. But I've liked it. That's when I started liking Kenya. That's when I stopped liking Porsha. No. I'm lying. Whenever the last season was for Nene. Because remember how fake Porsha was over there trying to get the lady out the group by texting Candy and all the other ladies wanting to get Nene out? But then when Nene finally started coming back around, she was like, it's been so hard without you. Porsha was just giving me a little bit of fakeness. And that's the turning point when I started to like Kenya more. And I ain't like that Porsha was over there slick lying about the Bolo thing. I'm like, girl, just be honest. Okay, because we dang sure heard you saying one of y'all eat my box tonight. Okay. We heard that, but you okay. Well, good luck, honey.
Oh my, I hope that Housewives can return to the event television that it used to be, because it used to really be fun Sunday nights with Married to Medicine and Housewives of Atlanta, especially when Bravo hits better in the summer. I need, like, Bravo's trying to be that winter girl now and step into its adult years. And I'm like, no, I need you to go back to when you were thirsty and desperate, to when not everybody had you and you knew you had to bring it, to when you put your back into it.
Right. I feel like that's why, in my opinion, it's good to get new people after so many years, in my opinion, because they're green, like they're so new to television, whereas some of the people are veterans now. So I feel like they could be selective with what they give you and what they don't give you, or how they're going to show up on camera. Like, Porsha being upset with Drew or whatever, however, and not even just Porsha, but just other housewives may feel like there's a conversation that needs to be had of how we're going to do the season. No, that's not reality. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like we need real raw people that's not privy to it in that manner, and they just gonna do them, and we're gonna decide on whether we like them from their genuineness. You know what I'm saying? the real
Yeah.
person that they are. So that's kind of a good thing. We got all these new ladies. I'm liking Kelly so far. I kind of like Britt a little bit. Verdict still out. I'm liking that I know more about Angela and it's not all about Charles. Like she puts him on a pedestal.
Do
So
you
I'm here
think
for it.
that like I've heard complaints about the husbands that the husbands don't seem interested. I only got
Mm,
that from Britt's husband, and I think Britt's husband issue is he's one of the men that will never look at the camera, so he'll always look disinterested.
mm.
Because I noticed in Britt's pictures of him, he's never looking at the camera, so he looks disinterested.
Yeah, I think that might be a part of his personality just a bit. I think he just like extra laid back.
Yeah,
I think that's
extra
just
laid back and a little avoidant and a little avoidant.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not getting gay. I'm not getting gay, but relaxed.
Like I watched a podcast that they did, and I feel like that's the same posture he gave, just chill and let her run the show type thing. Like I just play in the background. I think he could be very laid back. But, she talked about on that podcast, people, when they see a relationship that doesn't have any issues, they like to dig and try to find something. And I'm watching the show like, well, Britt, I don't know if it's that people going to try to dig and find something, but the way they're shooting this, people are going to have enough to say about his reactions to stuff to try and make it more than what it is or not, or whatever the case is. But it's like, you ain't got to worry about people digging. Bravo finna tear you up anyway, based on how they edit the show. So that's gonna be your biggest issue. It's gonna
You
be them.
signed up for a reality show. We like, what do you mean dig? You're on a reality show where it's not that they dug it up for you. Dug it up for us and put it on camera.
So
He
yeah,
gives me, as long as the check clears, aloof. I'm interested. I'm interested in all of them, which is good. I'm tired of the Married to Medicine heifers. I think we need a reboot there. I think we need some new women. I think that we've seen enough of Heffley's underbite and Simone's overbite.
do you hear what I say? And try Heavenly, baby. And people think I don't like Heavenly, and it's not that I don't like Heavenly because I've always had a love-hate for her. She'll get on my nerves, and then I just think she's just so freaking hilarious, right? And she'll say stuff that I'll say or ask or whatever. But the way she has done this season makes me question, are y'all about to get canceled or something? Because like the way you're going so hard is like really weird. You're more on YouTube than you are in your dental office. Like, what is happening right now, Heavenly? Like, I've never seen you like this. So she has been kind of disappointing me, but I can also see them not letting her go. So if it was time to reboot and get new women in there, I don't see Heavenly actually going anywhere.
Oh,
They tried.
She is awful, but she is a shit starter. They have done Married to Medicine in Los Angeles and Houston. I never saw Houston. I liked Married to Medicine Los Angeles.
Me too.
I mean, they had that lesbian on there that wouldn't come out the closet, that wanted to be with Contessa. And I was really waiting for them to run off together, and me and Chris was going to fight to see who was going to get Britton's husband.
I needed a follow-up on them, bro. I needed a follow. Like,
are they still married? Because he was fine.
I wonder. I hope they are. They need to get the cameras back up in LA and get it together.
Then when there was that woman that wouldn't show her husband, and I'm like, y'all got to stop letting them on.
She had
like they could be friends of the show, but that's it. If you ain't gonna show your life, then why are you here?
Correct. So maybe they did some bad casting, but they need to bring Contessa's friend back and just recast a little bit. Bring two of the ladies back and recast. But they need to get Married to Medicine LA will give us the much needed break that we need from Atlanta, to where maybe we don't want a new cast from Atlanta, but we just need a break from them. Because as much as I love some Dr. Simone, girl, you have really gotten on my nerves. You have gotten on my nerves, honey. So it's like, but what I can say is they all equally get on your nerves. So I am
Why?
glad. Not you trying to do my girl outfit, honey.
But I want to know why she wore this to the reunion. I mean, because she had to know
It
this
was so
didn't look
bad.
good.
It was
Or
so
maybe it
bad.
does look good. I don't know. What do y'all think? Does it?
No.
It might be fetching.
It
She thought
was
the gauze. She's a doctor. She does work with gauze.
no. It
So
was
she thought this
bad.
was.
It was
She was
her
honoring
from her
wounds
top to
care.
her bottom. She didn't want to be there. From the top to the bottom, Gabe. I don't even want to come to. Just give me that. What's that? Just give me that, and give me that wig. The wig had already been sitting there. Just slap it on my head. She did not want to fucking be there because everything looked thrown together. I was so disappointed. Like, what the fuck is this?
The nude illusion was great. Heavenly is a necessary evil. I hate to admit it. I agree with you, Jamie. I think we need another group of women in another city. That would be such a great break. Doctors just starting out, dentists just starting out. Maybe we could get some administrators.
Yeah.
Some hospital administrators,
Or
like somebody that'll,
because nurses are just as important as the doctors are, and they be pulling some shifts.
The only reason I don't say nurses is because of the money.
You don't think they make enough?
It would have to there. I'm sure there are some nurses that like nurse anesthetists are making well in the six figures.
I think the nurse practitioner may be the highest one under a doctor, and people keep me honest in the comments. Potentially, maybe one of them. Potentially, maybe.
Yeah. And also nurses with specialities, they get up in the high salaries. But will they have the freedom they need to be on a show like this?
That is a great question. That's a great question.
Because I feel like with the doctors, because they are the doctors, they're able to have the freedom. And I feel like nurses might, we would see, because I'm not production, but I just kind of wonder why? And then it's like, oh, maybe that's why.
Maybe they could only shoot on, give them the work schedule. Maybe they could shoot around it. But what I would like to see is a nurse practitioner that may be married to some sort of doctor. Because I would love to see, what is that dynamic like? Do you guys have children? Do you have time for the kids? Or are you trying to have children, but the other one is hesitant because y'all don't even have time for yourselves? How you gonna have time for a child? So
like Jackie trying to have a kid. You know good and well you was not gonna stop being a doctor 23 hours a day. You weren't. And he was like, I'm not raising this kid by myself, and I don't blame him. That's a joint effort. And if you know your partner ain't gonna do it, like Quad knew, I do not want a child with Stuart Little.
Yeah, I was watching the first episodes of Married to Medicine. I think I'm on season 1, episode 6, I think. But I remember, she had that conversation with him. She was like, we don't even have time for each other. So I'm not ready for no kids right now. But can I say, this ain't got nothing to do with that, but I do believe that Quad definitely married Dr. G just for Married to Medicine. In my personal. And it's no disrespect to Quad at all, but watching season 1 in the first episode, that's when I realized, okay, this is Toya's and Quad's issue here. So season 1, Quad had just married Greg 3 months before they started filming. Her and Greg got into it, and Greg sent out text messages saying, hey, the wedding's off. Quad didn't know. Toya didn't even RSVP for the damn wedding, so she wasn't gonna go anyway. But to get that text message, is like, well, what's going on? So when her and Quad start having, back and forth, because of course I believe Quad is younger than Toya, so Toya, feel like there's some type of etiquette or whatever you're supposed to have. They get into it, and she's like, so no, I think Quad felt the way about Toya not, I guess, RSVPing or something like that to the wedding. She felt the way. And then Toya's like, but at the end of the day, whether I RSVP'd or not, your man sent out a text message saying it was canceled. So really your issue ain't with me, it's with your man. And then she says, how do you marry somebody like that? After he did whatever he did, and then sent the text out to her too, canceling the whole wedding, and you still went forward to marry him. And Quad was trying to say that, they're in a better place, all this other stuff. And then for me, that's when it clicked. One, that's part of y'all issue. I feel like Toya be clocking Quad's tea, and that's why when I say that, and I said before that, I feel like people think that Toya wants Quad's life, and I don't think so. I feel like Toya be thinking Quad be fake at times, and that's what she be clocking. But that's just my personal opinion. In addition, in that moment, I also was like, oh, that's why you made sure you went ahead and married him. Because when you look at the dynamic of the show, season 1, everybody was married to a doctor, or everybody was a doctor and they were married. And I think in order for Quad to be a part of that, not only did she work in medical sales or whatever she was doing, that wasn't enough to be next to the rest of the ladies that were already operating in that space. So she had to be on a level, in a sense. So I think that's the real reason she married him. I don't doubt that she cared about him at the time, but being in love with him, I don't think that was her typical type. I think the man that she's with now is her type, but I'm concerned for Quad, and I really hope that they're locked in, because when T goes away, or when they are not talking about T anymore, they are still going to turn themselves to you. Because one, you don't share enough information about your life, and they can't stand that. And then two, they really don't know King. King looks great. He looks like a king now because don't nobody like Greg. But as soon as they get the opportunity to dig in his tea, they are. And you're going to be right back in the same place that you were. I think it's unfortunate. But yeah. I just had to say that, and I'll probably reiterate it when I do my review on Married to Medicine. But yeah,
I get that. I agree with that.
That's why I'm like, let me go back and watch some of these earlier episodes and see what's really been going
I never
on.
got love in that marriage. I can definitely say that. I never got we're in love. And the timeline was very for the show.
And I don't blame her for not being in love with him. One, he really wasn't her type to me. But here's the thing. Sometimes a person isn't your type, and they just may be the best person. You may just fall in love with their character, who they are, whatever it is for how people, whatever the case. I feel like that could be possible. But with him, not only are you not her type, but you got the audacity to talk to her any kind of way, then expect her to cook, clean, do all this other stuff, the same shit he over there doing with T. Hell no. I wouldn't have no baby with Jazz either. So I didn't fully fault Quad for that, but watching and knowing some of the stuff that you may know from back then, and then just watching the show, it's like, yeah, that lady married you just so she could be a part of this Married to Medicine group. And she was trying to hang in there for the sake of the show, to save face and stuff or whatever, but that lady won't on you like that for real.
I definitely feel like that was I definitely feel like she stayed with him because of that show.
Thank you.
It was like, let me get this show a couple more. At season 3, I'm gonna divorce him, and then and use the divorce plot line on the show.
I would have.
She was like, "Oh, I'm doing a pup clothing line. I don't have time to have a baby."
I would have did the same. I hate to say it, like I'm so with her on that, for real. I feel like she played that marriage like people play when they come onto the reality show. I'm gonna do this show like Garcelle for a few years, and then I'm gonna get the hell out. That's what she did. I'm gonna milk, and I'm gonna use them, and then I'm gonna get the hell on. But I think that she cared about him as a person. I just don't think that he was really her person. And I think Quad knew that from the beginning, and against her better judgment, and in order to be validated in that space, because people got to also look at the dynamic between her and Mariah, age gap. In addition, Mariah had it going on, that big, beautiful house she got, and they still in it, renovating it, looking beautiful. And she married to a doctor doing great. Yeah, when you have a friend like that, you're going to admire things about them, and you're going to want to be on that same level at some point. And I'm sure Mariah encouraged her to go ahead and marry the man, and she did it so she could be a part of the show. And then here we are. I think that was one of the best decisions she made. But, she don't like that man. She didn't like him like that. And he wasn't that great of a guy.
He wasn't. He's definitely shown that, and it's still not being that great of a guy to T.
Correct. The similarities, like, it's just I hate to be that person to say that I don't see them lasting.
I don't hate to be a person to tell the truth. Like, you treated her like
Yeah.
crap on TV. The fact that that lasts forever,
I just
that
don't like how he
alone.
kind of talks. And then when you know she wants a child, you say you want one, but then in 2 years, if it don't happen, you're done. I get it because you're older, but if that's how you move, don't go get no younger woman. Leave the
If
younger girls alone.
if you really wanted a child, he's damn near 60. I'm tired of men saying, I want a babe. You wanted somebody else to raise your child. Quad wasn't that stupid. You were not going to be an active, hands-on father, because why haven't you adopted? Why haven't you got a foster child? If you wanted a kid, we don't even hear about you mentoring. If
Right.
you wanted a kid, you would have a kid. You would have just said, I'm going to do it on my own, and then I'll find a woman who wants to be a mother. Because the thing is, there are women that want to be mothers. It's fathers that you got to look for. Mothers
Mm.
are everywhere. The world is
Mhm.
lousy with mothers.
Yep.
So you could find a woman, and please, then you being an active father, my God, that's gonna turn a woman. That's gonna get you. That will get you some selection. You'll have a couple women being like, "Oh, a decent father. Now that's attractive." But you
Yeah.
don't think like that because you don't want a child. I know, because I don't want a child.
Mhm.
But I like to say it for a couple of years because it felt good in my mouth. No, I did want one when I was younger. But then I
Mhm.
had a real talk with myself around 33. And
Mhm.
I was like, okay, that ship has sailed. I like naps now.
Okay.
And I would
Okay.
enjoy a child waking me up from one of my naps. I could have put up with it at 28. I was young enough. I had the
Right.
energy. Now I'm tired. I'm old and crotchety, and I enjoy it.
I understand. I
He wants a
understand.
trophy baby. IP freely said it.
I just feel like he does
IP
not
freely.
handle situations well all the time, especially more so the table situation. So it makes me concerned about, to me, how your partner handles you in disagreement says a lot, in my opinion, of how they're going to handle you when it comes to matters of the child. You know what I'm saying? He may be unfair to you if you got like it's I think it's gonna be some friction in that parenthood, but that's just my opinion. And I'm like, what if you do have this kid and it don't work out? Like, I mean, he gonna give you a run for your damn money. And probably gonna do that when you in the relationship, especially if he's sitting up, if y'all have a child and he's sitting up there like, you a woman, what you gonna do? Right? It's crazy how he says you're a woman, what you gonna do, but then also have all these expectations for a woman. It's like, come on, Greg. You're gonna have to get it
Very
together, honey.
true.
You're gonna have to get something together because you're gonna want this girl to cook, clean, do all this stuff, do her job, then turn around and be a
Raise a
mama to your
child.
kid. At what point, what are you going to do, honey? When
The
do you
same
step
thing he
in?
doing now, driving around in that wind-up car.
Child, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Well, with him being a psychologist, he has no control over his emotions. And this show showed that he doesn't. It showed that one Quad still ain't over him. She got a little healing to do too. But you got so out of proportion. You had your new wife there, but you were so still upset about Quad. And the truth is, it also shows what you think of your new wife.
Mm.
Because you clearly thought Quad did better instead of looking at your new wife and thinking I did better. You
Mm-hmm.
should be so into your new person. You don't give a, you're in the honeymoon phase. You shouldn't give a crap about what old work has going
I agree.
on. Do you think I think about what any of my exes are doing right now?
Right. Right.
I hope they're doing
Child.
well because I don't have any exes I dislike. But I'm
Right.
not sitting wondering, where is he now? No, because I don't care, because I moved on.
Right.
He heard that 15 times a week and thought about all the years he wasn't getting any. But the truth is, if you were single, you wouldn't have been getting any either. And I don't know why
Mm-hmm.
you want to reproduce your DNA when you look like that. Why would you want to
Ah.
inflict that on another child?
Ooh, goodness. Oh my. Oh my. Well.
I'm sorry. That's a form of abuse.
Oh my. Well, that's
Somebody
why I
had
say
to say
ouch.
it. Somebody had to say it. Well, I want to thank you so much for
Of
coming on for
course.
this fabulous conversation
Thank
and
you.
getting to all the good Bravo and YouTube tea. And tell everybody where they can find and follow you and the Ladies First panel.
Yes, you guys can find me at Jami, that's me, on all social media platforms. Okay. As is written right here on the screen. And we will be doing the Ooh Ladies First panel tomorrow night over on my channel, along with Bondi Blue and Niecy Dixon. So you guys make sure you come on through, check us out, stuff like that. Go get into some of your favorite shows and things. Okay. Thank you. This was fun. I had a great time. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it. This was good. Great.
Goodness. Okay. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. Well, I will see y'all later. So bye everybody. Tell a
Bye,
kin, tell a friend. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and email Rodgers Ringtones for a unique and sassy ringtone. Email me the script that you would like, and for $5, the ringtone is yours. Tell a kin, tell a friend, tell that heifer you hate.